All right, I think I'll start this before we go, but Pablo and I are going to go look at, I think it's a 66 T-Bird. Kind of had a peek at it before, and the plan is to just pick her up, bring it home, and see if we can get her going. I don't know. I'm gonna bring you along for the ride, and I don't know, see how good or bad it is, I guess. Anyways, we're gonna burn down there quick and see how hard it is to get that thing out of there. Hey pup, it's a hot one, huh? Well, I just bought this Thunderbird. I don't know when it was last on the road, but I have the dilemma where my truck doesn't quite fit in here to get it out. So she's missing a few bits. A lot of bits. Got some pretty good holes. A whole lot of dash stuff missing. But I might have some of that stuff in my other car, so that's kind of a win. Right, pup? What do you think? You find anything you find interesting? So I do know it's a big block, but that's about all I know. Well, you want to keep checking that out? You go do that. I'm gonna, if I remember how this works. No, I don't. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a two-hander. So, apparently we got the few bits that are missing. So, I don't know. I'm thinking it should work. I think it's loose. That would be the big thing. And I know nothing about Fords. Well, of this era, so that makes this even more interesting. Anywho, we got one tire. There is no air in that tire. It's kind of got air in that tire. Oh, what are the plates? 77, 76. That might have been the last time it's been on the road. No air in that tire. All right, cool. A whole lot of flats. Man, that is a cool dash. All right, well, I guess we're gonna try to find some way to hitch this sucker up and pull this thing out of here. I think that's the idea. So at least get it to my trailer. And holy, the mosquitoes are bad out here. See if we can get this thing switched around here, and then we can kind of pull her up, and then I can at least get my trailer in and we can winch her up and get her home. That would be ideal. Holy Dinah. Is there a lot of bugs, eh, pup?
Well, all right. Well, we hosed it off a little bit. Really should have hosed the inside of it, honestly, but the car came equipped with some spare parts, so that's telling me this thing's either going to be really loud or this is legitimately spare parts. Under the hood, we did notice we were missing this, so we got that, came with, so that's good. To check around. Well, now we can actually get in this side properly. It is definitely, yeah. If there was smell-o-vision, I don't really know where we would go with this. It definitely has a pungent funk to it, I'll tell you that. It's been sitting in the wooded areas, probably. Nope, that is a turd. So it either had raccoons or it had something in here, I am guessing. Because those are not, what do you call it? Those are not acorns. Ugh. Okay. Well, we'll have to hose this thing out yet. For now, we're going to just kind of, well, do as little as I can. So it looks like we're missing the key. This does have the swing away, but I have no idea how that works. Does it have something to do with you putting it in park? And then the column can kind of swing out of the way? I do not know. Got some treats in there. Oh, towing. I don't know if we can get into the glove box because it looks like it's missing. But it is a pretty styling inside here. Man, I wonder how this works. I'm sure it would have something to do with you going to the park. Oh well. We won't worry about that right now. There's bigger fish to fry. But it does have the cool interior. It's got the armrest. Swings down in the middle. We got the headliner delete, so that's cool. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's just like warning lights. Low fuel, all that stuff. Cool. I don't know. It's kind of neat. I have one of these in the lineup too, but I basically bought it for the interior for my Buick. So it still has bits and pieces that a feller could use together with this. So anyways, we got this. There's some spare parts in the trunk. I think it'll open. I'm not sure. Nope. You'll have to trust me on that, and there's a whole lot of other turds in there as well. Till we get some power into the system. We can't do this. I don't have a key, so we're going to have to figure that out. But let's look at the meat and potatoes. I don't really know what size of motor is in here, but there must be something on there that's going to tell us. So, but let's have a better look under here. Oh, still wet. Still wet. We are missing a power steering pump. The fuel system is not hooked up, so that's kind of telling us that's probably been bad. Like we are definitely in big block world here. No, we got a Holly 4-barrel. Got a bunch of junk capped off. Does the carburetor work? Ooh, so that works. And we're dealing with electronic, so there's no point. Coil. Seen that in the car. Trying to evaluate all of our missing bits here. I am hoping the motor's good, but hey, what do I know? What on earth? That goes into the cab. Oh, is it maybe air conditioning? Maybe it doesn't have power steering? Would that be AC? I don't know. I don't see a well, there's a condenser up in the front. Maybe. Maybe it was a manual steering car. Well, I guess it is. So we don't have our oil gauge hooked up. I was wondering about some of the wiring here. Kind of gotta do a better job of do a better job going through some of this to figure something's been chewing on some stuff. That's not good. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff. How much would I bet that's for a voltage regulator? Looks like the alternator is coming off. Yeah, boo. I don't understand this stuff. Oh well. We'll figure it out. First things first. Oh, that's convenient. Ooh, that looks like clean. Clean, clean, clean. Oh, that little bit looks broken. That's not cool. So, we don't have a thermostat, but this should just bolt onto there, so that'll make that work. Man, I don't know if they were going to be pulling this motor out or what the idea was, because all the sensors are off. Well, we have to do some fiddling with this, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I guess the first thing I'm going to do here is actually just put a battery in the non-existent battery tray. That's good. If we got antifreeze, maybe that's something to do with that. I don't know. Well, we should get a wrench first, see if the motor turns over before we even get too far into this and realize we just wasted a lot of time. I don't know how the Ford's... Well, if it's got up here, I guess you can pop the cap. I guess, is this thing electronic or... It's points. Oh, okay. We're onto something. This should be pretty simple to get fire then. I don't have to deal with the weird Ford electronic things that I don't understand. Okay, let's get a bar and see if this thing's loose. See, survey says no. All right, let's get a bar on there. Nope, doesn't like that way. Hey, turns over. Well, a little bit. Okay, next thing. Let's throw a battery in it and just see if it cranks over. That'd be very nice. Well, I know for sure I'm gonna need a battery charger because this is my only top post and she's not very strong. But we can blindly stab stuff across and see what happens. All right. The old jumpy jump, see what happens? That one didn't work. Good old solenoid. That could be my battery though. All right, let's get a jumper, a booster on there, see what happens. All right, boost it is. Ooh-wee. That is not a happy battery. But it does turn over. So I'm gonna let that charge up a bit and see if I can at least get it to do a nice happy crank here. And then we will proceed to try to put more junk together on it and see what happens. Go through all of this splits here, all this stuff in here. Figure out why everything's been disconnected. Well, we'll see if my battery's been any better now. If it's any darn good. Awesome. Okay. So that was where I was going to leave this. Oops, sorry about that. But, hey, we're here. Oh. That's random. Well, that's not cool. Why would it do that? Oh well. Well, there was a coil in the car. Let's see what happens there. Alright, what do we got? Well, one's a water temp. One was probably the coil. I am not too worried about those at this moment. We'll put that one back on just because. This one clearly was the one side of the coil. Ooh. Ooh,
that does not fit in there very nice. Oh no, it fits nice. So, just for the sake of seeing if these points are any good, which I don't know. There's no way, but hey, there's always hope. There's a possibility. I don't know why I'm always so hopeful. The rest of the car is actually in surprisingly good shape, so hey, we never know. I should just get a wrench for this, but I got the wrench. Look at that. It fits everything. Let's try the old, I don't know why we keep calling it the Mortsky flick. Ooh. Does that mean it wants to work? Whoosh, works there. Oh, hold on. Are you kidding? That's awesome. Okay, hold on. See what happens here. Telling me it's going to spark? Oop. Holy. Well, if our cap didn't suck, look at this. There's no way this is going to work. Let's try soldering it. Maybe if we solder the end of there, this thing won't do this flicky dance. And then maybe we can actually try to fire this sucker. Interesting. I'm going to get further than I thought tonight.
I think we won. I don't think that thing likes being there, but we'll try it. We'll see what happens. Either it'll work or it won't.
Let's put our new fixed cap on, or rotor. No, it's actually surprisingly dry in there, so. That one, that one, give it a little shot of gas. No idea what's going to happen here. There's our coil wire hooked up. Contact. That's a big motor. I bet you it needs a lot more than that. I think it's good. You'd think it would do something. Check for fire again. I'm not worried about that, so we'll do that. Make sure we still have spark. Maybe that just went away out of the blue. Oh yeah. See? Oh, was it this thing? I think I need better jump wires. Oh man, that thing wants to boogie, eh?
Let's boogie. Holy, come on. All right, survey says. That's awesome. Awesome. Give her a big old drink. Get that thirsty. That's a big motor. That thing's got to be thirsty. Man, eh? That's going to take a lot of fuel. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, I am happy with my progress tonight. Well, that is great. I have no idea what this thing's got for oil pressure or nothing. We didn't run it very long, so there's no way of telling any of that. We don't have a key inside. The car needs like a horrendous amount of cleaning inside. But, yep. See, those look like acorns. No, I think it's all raccoon poop. I am pretty sure of that. I'm thinking they might have got in through here. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, but we're gonna leave that biohazard cleaning for tomorrow. This is awesome. We got this going, so, well, I think, hopefully the rest of the stuff works, but yeah, this is awesome. So, we're going to have to put the front together. I guess I'm going to get a fuel system on. I'm going to see if we have any brakes. I guess we could check. Yeah, what are the chances of that? Although, you never know. Crikey! Oh, that's not looking good. Not looking good at all. So, do I worry about that? Do I worry about that to take it for a rip? I don't know. It'd have to be a slow rip. And I bet you this is going to be one of those cars that'll coast for like days on end. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. If that thing's not bunk, good chance it is. How can that not be? That's cool. All right. Well, I got to get some fuel tomorrow. I have no faith in that fuel tank, so I'm going to do my little jerry can with a pump on it. It's got a fuel pump on it, or an electric pump, but this one has, maybe that pump is good. Maybe I bypass all of that. I don't know yet, and go just straight to the carb. Maybe, kind of lean into that. Hey, I need to get some fuel. I want to hear it run a little longer before I put this thing all back together and make sure the transmission actually works and it kind of bumps forward and bumps backwards, and then we'll see where we go from there. But for now, that's pretty cool. That is very cool. All right. Well, today we hit up some fuel. Pulled out the old fuel miser there. Unfortunately, my clacker pump decided to give up the wind. So I went inside, realized the key is missing out of the ignition, which I knew that, but they gutted it. So I can actually turn the ignition on with the screwdriver, but it won't start. So I don't know if something's missing with the neutral safety or whatnot. I'm not 100% sure. So what I've done, I've jacked the car up. I'm gonna fill the carburetor with fuel, hopefully. that we'll let it idle a bit. And then we'll see if it'll actually pull some fuel and it'll idle. That's kind of my goal. And once we know that, like the transmission, it shows there's fluid in it. I don't have any of that weird Type F stuff, so we can't, I can't quite top it up, but at least we'll see if the wheels spin one way or the other. And then we know we're going to take this step further and we're going to kind of clean out the interior and stuff, because we know it should be mobile at this point, but it won't stop. So we'll be that far. And then I don't even trust the fuel system in here, so we'll just kind of funnel this thing somewhere into the back seat or something for now, if we can get that going. So if we know this all works, we're going to put this motor back together super quick, and then I don't know, I guess I'm going to clean out the inside, then we'll bring it on, bring it back, we'll lift it on the hoist and see what we can do. I don't know what is buggered, because the brake pedal doesn't even want to move, so I don't know if this master cylinder is like broken, seized, stuck. We might unbolt it and just see if the pedal moves, then we know the master is completely boned. But anyways, first things first, let's fire it up and see if it'll idle. That's the big one. All right, so we know we got our ignition works. This keeps coming off. I don't know why. This is actually for the temperature sending it at the best I can tell. Which isn't really hooked up anyway, so I don't know if this is... I can't get the dash gauges to work or nothing, so... There must be a main... I don't know. Must be some wire that's not working. Anyways, we got to do the old jumpy bump here. Oh, gotta put some fuel in there. We will start with getting this choke open. It is hot and muggy today, holy. So we'll go here. We will give her a shot. I'm gonna imagine these vent tubes will let me fill the bowls up with fuel. Oop, okay, that tells me it's full. All right, fire it all. I really need to get a jumper button thing. Cool, man. That tells me... All right, so that's working. It is idling, so it's pulling fuel because we can see it leaking out of all the orifices on the carburetor. Cool. I don't know much about Hollies, but I'm going to guess maybe that's kind of normal. Looks like the power valve and something else are probably leaking there. Well, we'll try to snug that stuff up. Just see if we can minimize the leakage. And then I'm going to pull the car back. I'm going to open her up, give her a monster vacuum. We should just pressure wash it out, but for now I'll just vacuum stuff out, and we're going to clean her up, doll her up a little bit. We'll have to treat the trunk too. Yeah, somewhere. We'll get into the trunk, have a look there. That probably needs to be cleaned as well, but we'll do basically the interior because I'm going to be sitting in there. But I want to clean that out. Then I can back it up because the doors are going to be like almost impossible to get open when it's on the hoist. They're so big there. And then we'll lift it up in the hoist and we'll kind of evaluate how bad this brake stuff is. I might actually pull the master off right away too, just to see, because I know in the car I cannot push the brake pedal down. So I don't know if it's just the master's bunk or what's happened there. Well, hopefully that fan isn't too loud. But looking under the car, it is surprisingly in good shape, other than this speed hole here that I kind of all sucked up into the vacuum, half of it. But everything's actually for a, well, maybe because this is like a US car, I'm gonna guess. Everything's in like primo shape. Even this trunk, look at this thing. I guess the car is originally from Georgia, is my guess. I'm gonna guess. I don't know for sure, but I don't know. I don't think that's a 9-inch. Maybe it is. Not good with that stuff. Frame, everything's super nice under here. Kind of random the door, eh? The way that thing's rotten. These boxes are good. This whole floor on this side is good. This is super nice shape. Anyways, I guess what I'm going to do now, because we got the inside of the car cleaned out, I am going to pull that master cylinder off and see if my pedal starts working. If it does, there's a good chance the master's bad. So, yeah, well, let's do that quick and then see if we can get some brakes in this thing. All right, well, you seen me basically hone it out, clean this thing all out. It didn't look bad, it felt okay-ish inside, so I don't know. Put it back together. All we can do is try this and see if it'll bench bleed, I guess. If it's gonna leak out everywhere, then so be it. So far so good. Oh, there's still a little bit of junk in there, but oh, I think we saved it. It's not really getting moist on the backside. Oh, win. I call it a win. I am going to button this thing onto here so it doesn't leak all over the place. And let's put this sucker back in, and then we can try bleeding the brakes on her. All right, well, that went together good. I put the tank on with the upper hose, that's all connected. You did see me use a wrong gasket. I don't know what that was, if it was small block Chevy or what. The holes didn't line up, but the center was perfect. So I basically glued it in. You can tell by the fact that the bolt hole's up there, but I glued it in, it should be good. You can watch me fail as I put water in it and it happens to leak out. Maybe it won't. We have to revisit it because I don't have a thermostat anyways, so we can get a proper gasket at that time. I still don't understand how this car goes, but I checked my parts car. I have one like this out in the front. And I know there's the voltage regulator is supposed to go here, so that explains this. This pigtail is supposed to go to here for the condenser. And then I didn't know what these were, but that's for the cruise control, which is missing on here as well. So this is for sure the power steering, which I don't know how this car works at all, because it basically, the power steering goes into the car and then it comes back out up here. So I don't know, that is a crazy setup. I'm going to eventually have to pull the vacuum bulb off of the other parts car because it actually has the little nipple on it so they can hook it up. But for now, seeing how I can't do much, I can't address this because I have no parts for this, even though this car needs to get rebuilt, but we might be able to just make it usable for now and keep an eye on the drippage that comes out of there. So, yeah, we're going to move any of these bits that we don't want it to accidentally burn on the exhaust. I have to check the exhaust. I forgot to look at that to see. I am sure that needs to go on it, but I don't have donuts for it. So, I might still stick it in there for the heck of it. Well, we'll have to see. Maybe there's broken bolts. Who knows? Who knows? We're going to lift it up though, pull the wheels. We'll check out the exhaust. We'll check out, try to pay attention to the power steering, but I think there's nothing I can do. I don't have a pump. I do not have one. I don't know where there is one. It looks like there's stuff in this car possibly that runs off of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, for some weird reason the windows and things work off the power steering. Who knows? That would be crazy. Anywho, let's lift it up, pull the wheels, and see if we can get some juice to the brakes. That'll be the plan. a bit of an axle seal leak. So we will just pretend we didn't actually see that for now. Looks good. We don't want to touch that till later. But the brakes look like they got some, so we'll keep pulling all the wheels and then we'll crack some bleeders. Alrighty, we got that Y pipe is on. It's guaranteed to leak because I don't have any gaskets. Tried bleeding the brakes. Instantly this line started leaking. So luckily it's just for this dual. If you want the light on, this one's terrible. Okay, luckily it's for the one for this. I don't know, this is pretty fancy for the year. It's got like a dual piston caliper, so this crossover line is no good. So I'm gonna pull this off. We're gonna make a new one because I guess there was a clamp that held it back here, and it must have chewed through the line. You can see it's like just leaking right there. Anywho, this is pretty easy to make, so we'll pull that off, make a new one, and then we'll continue bleeding the brakes. It's looking like that's the only leak so far, but hey, what do I know? I'm sure there'll be something else somewhere, but we'll try to get that one done. Then we can put some water in it and I don't know, see if it'll stop. We'll put the air cleaner on. We have brakes. See if it'll actually move right now is kind of the plan. Well, that's unfortunate. We still need to do a little better cleanup in here, but we have brakes. Yeah, they need to be bled better yet. But we still got to deal with, well, we're transmission fluid. That's our dilemma right now. She no go. I stabbed and grabbed the booster, or that little thing would be a doodad off of the car in the pasture, along with the voltage regulator. So we have that in there. I didn't grab any of the cruise control junk. I had that. That car even had like some really, you know, shiny chrome strut towers and stuff like that. But I guess we're hooped till tomorrow. I gotta go get some, whatever that Mercron or some oil. All I have is Dextron here, and I do know you can't use that with the Ford stuff. You will wreck things. So I guess I'm hooped and wait until then. I'm not leaking any water. I just filled it with water because I did not know. Well, I don't know why the system was drained or anything like that. So filled it with water. I guess we'll get a better run out of it, see if anything works, and then well, I don't know. I guess we'll go from there. But till I can get some more oil, we're kind of DOA right now. So I guess until tomorrow, that's all we can do. Well, that worked out great. It doesn't, the carb kind of stopped leaking a bit. She definitely ain't got a lot of power though. That's mostly probably because that throttle linkage doesn't quite get you full throttle. We tried to do a brake stand, but it just wouldn't do it. So it is what it is. But other than that, I don't know. Everything worked really good. Pablo enjoyed it enough he didn't want to get out there before. We kind of took her down the road. No issues. Ran great. We got brought some cables just in case. These just dead on the road. Never know. We patched our floor with some buffalo board. That worked good. And then we ran our fuel line out under. But oh yeah, she's great on fuel. Just sip back the fuel. But yeah, other than that, I'm super happy. I don't know. I guess it wasn't that much of a hardship. It wasn't that hard to get going, but in the end, I don't know, we got the brakes going, got her running, got her kind of back together. It's still a big project, but hey, it is what it is. But anyways, as always, I want to thank you folks for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.
Hey bud, you're not coming out? You're just gonna hang out in there for a while? All right. Let me do some video and we'll get back to you.